Hello, everybody. My name is Rob Paparozzi, and I'm here today to talk about a harmonica event that I will be teaching at in conjunction with another harmonica player, P.T. Gazelle from Nashville, Tennessee. Great diatonic player with a valved system that he uses, and we're going to be getting into a lot of different styles, a lot of different techniques. I wanted to talk a little bit about the summit, which is hosted. It's the Global Harmonica Summit, hosted by Ronnie Shellist at harmonica123.com. You could also reach it, blowyourharp.com is another way of getting there. Ronnie's been doing these harmonica summits for over a year now, and they're quite successful and quite informative. I audited one maybe last month, and I was quite impressed with what I saw. And I wanted to give a little background on what I'm going to do or where I come from as a harmonica player because there's so many different approaches. There's no set way to play the harmonica. Unfortunately, we haven't had that kind of documentation. Over the years, we've had to learn by the seat of our pants, and we don't have the luxuries a guitar and a saxophone and a piano player have. So we've pieced together a lot of information. Thank God for the internet. The internet has been wonderful. And that's why I'm really excited about this summit because all you really need is a laptop computer or a desktop computer and an internet connection. And then Harmonica 123, the Global Summit, will put the rest together for you. You just need to sign up, and you don't even have to be there at the specific time that it's going on live. You could sign up and watch that link at your leisure. It's the whole program. So once you've signed up, you're in good shape. You don't have to watch it at a specific time, but if you want to join it live, you can do that as well. The nice thing about it is that if we have handouts or any instructional stuff, that's also going to be sent to you, and you don't have to worry about writing it all down. You could sit there as you're watching live or later and enjoy and take in the session and listen, and then you can pull out the handouts once you've printed them out on your own. A little bit about me, as I said, I've taught harmonica in my house here. I'm in New Jersey in the United States. I've actually done some Skype lessons internationally for some players. I teach both diatonic harmonica and chromatic harmonica. Oops, there's the button. And I have no formal music training, so I've been able to help a lot of harmonica players that also don't have formal music training, and it's been a good connection. I've had some mentors, harmonica mentors over the year that I've called on the telephone and maybe spoke with in person, guys like Blackie Shackner, Magic Dick, Toots Thielman. I went out of my way to get information because I didn't have the internet growing up, and I would go out and listen live and get at gigs that these guys were playing. Maybe go to the library, take their records out, or go to the store and buy their records. I actively perform and I play both instruments. And over the years, I've taught myself also how to sing and play some piano, play some guitar. I felt bringing that back to my harmonica playing was only going to be an advantage, and it really has been, and it was a great help. I kind of call it a successful marriage that I've had between these two instruments. At first, I was terrified to add the chromatic because I started out as a diatonic player, and I saw the button and the insides are just so much more intricate, and I was put off until I made the commitment. And then what I was able to do was take some technique, a lot of technique that I learned on the diatonic, bring it over to the chromatic, and then vice versa. As I got a little better on the chromatic, would bring some of that technique back to the diatonic, but never losing sight that with all their differences, there's some very strong commonalities between the two, and that's what I hope to cover in my class at the summit. Like I said, I studied with no formal training, so I feel I can help the beginning player or a harmonica player that has no formal training a lot better than somebody with just a strict theoretical background. What I don't do is I don't just play blues. I don't just play jazz or rock or country or classical. What I do is specialize in music and how to utilize the harmonica on songs or soundtracks or artist sessions, both live and in studio settings. And I've spent a lot of time studying the character and technique of each of those genres that I mentioned and how to fit the harmonica into those styles. Yeah, I listened to a lot of harmonica players over the years. It really helped me get to where I had to get to, but I also listened to a lot of singers and instrumentalists. Why? Because the melody and the phrasing are probably the ultimate key to becoming a great improviser. And that's what we want to bring back to this instrument. Tools for improvising as well. So we're going to start out exploring some melodies. We're going to learn a standard. We're going to learn about standards with changes that have some meat on them, and I'll explain that later. We won't go into that today. And basically give you enough music theory, that a harp player needs to break into the next level of whatever style of music that you're into. You might just be into blues or just into country or playing with a band that kind of covers everything. It doesn't matter. It's the music that matters, and bringing that musicality back to these two instruments. And you don't need, for my class, you won't need just a diatonic or just a chromatic, or it really doesn't matter. If you have both, that's great, because I'll put them both to use. But a C diatonic or a C chromatic will be fine. You don't have to have both. I will be giving you stuff to work on, whether you have a chromatic in your possession or not. I'm probably going to try and convince you to add a chromatic if you don't already have one. That's kind of like what I do. But I don't separate between the two, and I'll give you plenty of stuff to work on each instrument. And the handouts that, like I mentioned earlier, will be online, so you don't have to rush to write everything down. If I give you a song, if there's a melody on there, if there's some tab, it'll be there, and you can access it or print it out later on. We're going to cover things like ornamentation, how to dress up notes when you're playing a melody, rather than just play them straight. We'll pick a standard, maybe one or two, and give you the charts, give you the tab for it, and explain to you how we would play it on this instrument and this instrument, and what we can bring back and forth from both techniques. Embouchure is important. Tongue blocking and puckering, both. We're going to cover that and explain how that comes in handy on both instruments and how you'll need to know both to be a great player. And also, since I am a front man and a singer, I'm going to probably spend a little time, I'm going to save some time to show you how to command your role on stage. Now, whether it's just a blues harp player or a chromatic player, just harmonica singer, whatever your role is, band leader, when you walk out on that stage, how to command your spot on that stage as an instrumentalist or a player or a singer. And maybe we'll exchange even between the singing and playing some tips that'll work too. I wasn't planning on playing today. Maybe I'll stick some in at the end of this. I'm not sure if I have time. I wanted to keep this short to plug our Global International Harmonica Summit on Saturday, February 9th. You can sign up. It's $60 for two amazing professional teachers that you're going to get to spend pretty much the whole day with. You sign up at harmonica123.com. That's Ronnie Schella's site. Global Harmonica is covered there. And also blowyourharp.com. That'll get you to the same link as well. You sign up, and we'll see you out in the digital stratosphere in a month or two, right? Looking forward to meeting you all, and we'll have some fun while we're doing it. Thank you. February 9th, we'll see you at the Global Harmonica Summit. Thank you all for watching my little video.